welcome to Batman Unmasked. Spoiler alert! We are about to talk all about Batman, the Telltale series, episode 1. You have to play that before you watch this, otherwise you ruin everything. And you want to see Laura Bailey, you don't get to see her yet. Play the game. I'm your host, Greg Miller from KindaFunny.com, but we have way more important people here. This is Brandon Jones from Easy Allies.
Hey, everybody. I'm wonderful.
Clap for this man.
Yeah.
How are you, man? Thank you for coming out.
Oh, man. Sit down with you and talk about Batman?
I know, right?
Twist my arm.
Pretty easy job.
Yeah.
Over here, the lovely Laura Bailey.
Hi.
Catwoman in this game.
Yeah.
Give me a meow.
Meow.
Nailed it. That's how she got it. That was it. And then a man who needs no introduction.
But you should probably introduce him.
Zach Keller. He wrote Batman Episode 1. Hey, how are you?
Doing good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about all the decisions we made, how you became Catwoman, how you wrote it and everything else. But what I want to start with is Brandon Jones.
Yeah.
You're the most important person on this panel.
Oh, well, okay. No pressure.
To be clear, Telltale has paid you $0.00.
Correct.
What did you think of Batman, the Telltale series, Episode 1?
I liked it. I loved it. I thought it was really great.
Ringing
I
the
thought, and I actually am very picky about my Batman. Batman's my favorite anything. He's my favorite character or series of stories and series of characters. And I get very picky about, like, well, what are you doing with this character? Or what are you doing? And they actually be some very bold choices.
Right, that was the thing about, for me, playing it, where it was the fact that, yeah, like, they're taking what we know about Batman, but still twisting it. And then I hope they continue to mangle it.
And I think it's a nice 50-50 share. You get the origin story of supposedly, you know, I'm assuming we get some origins moving forward in later chapters, but you know, some characters we introduced, they're already, you know, the characters that we know and love, and some we kind of get to see them come into the form that we assume they were going to, but we don't know.
Yeah.
And just, I think right off the bat, you really set the scene that, like, we're going to change things. Like, there's going to be some things you might not be comfortable with as a Batman fan, but why not? I mean, we get an opportunity to tell a story here. Let's do it.
Yes, I mean, was that tough to write, Zach? Because you have to go through and you have all these different decisions, and then there's so many choices that pop up, and I'm like, that's not Batman.
Yeah.
Batman wouldn't do that. And then but you can.
I think the other thing, too, is that, like, there are so many generations of Batman fans and so many Batman comics and series that, like, we had to think about which fan was going to play this game, and we wanted it to be something for everybody. And there are inspirations from Frank Miller, from Scott Snyder, all the way up to here, but we also looked outside of that and went to, like, also, like, Mad Men and West Wing, and, like, what can we mash up to make our version of what Batman is going to be? And we wanted to express the wide range that is Bruce Wayne and Batman in the toy space. So it goes from as simple as, do you shake the hand of a villain who's in your manor, or how do you deal with Catwoman as well? It's like you have a private life and a public life, and I think all is on display in this game.
Yeah. Make out with her. You make out with her every time.
She's dating my best friend.
This is true. You know what? It's a triangle. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna keep being the good Batman that I should be. Not the Batman impaling people on pieces of rebar. That was insane. Like when you get up there with Falcone and you throw him on that.
I think one thing that was important for this game too is it's not just Falcone who was going to notice that. We want to make sure that Gotham was watching as well. So the choices that you make throughout the season, it's not going to be just like your friends and family. It's everybody in the city. You're literally changing the city with your decisions.
Well, that's what was fascinating about it. I mean, leading into it with episode 1 of this show, Batman Unmasked. We talked about, you know, the fact that Bruce's decisions, Batman's decisions, they'd shape how the city saw you. And you bring up, you know, if you're going to shake Falcone's hand in the beginning, like that was such a moment of like, did you shake it?
No. Well, I mean, it depends on the save file. I'm playing this multiple times, and I definitely have the save.
In
where
your
it's
canon
just,
save.
No, save 1, no.
Hell no. Yeah, me neither. He puts it out, and I'm like, no.
Not in my house.
Yeah,
Not in my house.
exactly. And that was the thing of like watching the party stop, and all eyes go on you. Let alone, get to the end and throw him down or chain him up, and watch how Gotham's gonna react to that.
And that's one of the things too about writing these series. Is you have to be a mind reader to predict what the player is going to want to choose. Like for that situation is like, he is a host, you know, for this big fundraiser. Should he shake the hand and kind of play that role so that he doesn't piss off Harvey? Or does he dismiss it and pull his hand back and piss Harvey off instead? Like, we make our choices based on how the people around you are going to feel about it, and that's what makes them powerful.
Well, that was the internal debate for me with my save, right? Where it was like the fact that, like, okay, F this guy, I'm Batman, I know he's bad, but then it is I'm Bruce Wayne playboy, like, you know what I mean? The movies and the comics have done such a great job of showing, like, Bruce Wayne has to be this buffoon, right? But to actually be put in that shoe.
And almost the more he plays that up, like the more, like mistakes that he makes, the more you would look at him, even if someone, because this has happened a lot in stories where someone will actually tell a villain, I know he's Bruce Wayne, and the villain won't believe, like, there's no way. That guy.
That guy's too stupid.
It's just, he doesn't seem like a strong guy. He doesn't seem like somebody who would, have the inner strength, to do something like that. So it's kind of tricky. It's like, do I want to make Bruce a villain because, he could, potentially pull that off, or is that going to, is that going to bite me later on down the road?
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You never know with you guys.
What's kind of fun too is that like in the Batman legacy, it's like, does Bruce ever admit to anybody that he's Batman? And you're gonna be able to play that in some capacity. It's like, how much do you let that inner rage like boil to the surface, or do you keep it hidden from everybody else?
Well, that was the toughest part. I mean, in the billiards room, right, where Falcone's talking to you and he's insulting your parents. Like, I'm taking it personally offensive. Yeah. And I'm like, no, get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? I started getting agitated playing. That's what Telltale does. Now here's the thing, Laura Bailey.
Yeah, what?
We're talking about us being Batman.
Right.
You're always Catwoman.
I am. I don't get to be Batman.
No. Never. Do you play it?
I haven't played this one, but Travis has played it through like 5 times.
Sure.
So he's
your husband and Harvey Dent.
Also Harvey Dent, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually really annoyed with me for not having played it yet.
Yeah, but you're busier than
But
him.
it felt no.
Yeah,
but
you're like a real working actor, and he's like, oh, I stumbled into a VO booth.
Sure, yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know, it feels like weird playing it sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So talk to me then about how you find your Catwoman, right? Because I have my save, I have my Batman, and that's who it is. But for you to actually play this character, and then I guess even with her, like the permutations of reacting to different.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things about doing a Telltale game, and one of the most fun things as well is creating a character that stands alone, but will react and change depending on the player's choices, and still it's a cohesive character regardless, So you don't want it to be floundering halfway through and going, where am I? Who am I? I don't know. What did Bruce do early? I don't know who I am. Yeah, it's fun.
But is it tough? Because I feel like when you go in to record it, do you do like a playthrough where like if I was being good Batman, you'd get all these things, but if I was suddenly being aggressive Batman, no?
You go back and forth,
Oof,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun because a lot of times we've been recording together.
Yeah.
Which is fun to go in with Troy and actually get to play through. I mean, like 20 pages of dialogue, which normally you don't get to do in a recording session. And we'll just like do entire scenes, and we'll know that this branch of dialogue comes off of that bit of dialogue.
Wow.
We both know to bring it back to this level and then build it back up and then bring it back to that level and build it back up. So it's nice to be able to act off of somebody as talented as Troy and who understands the way it works as much as he does as well.
It's funny you mention this. I believe we have a clip of you guys in the VO booth doing your thing. What's a VO room? It'd be weird to have 3 people in a little booth.
Do you really?
Yeah.
But that's we filmed that in like episode 3, so you can't show that.
Now we can show it because I'm Greg Miller.
Me first then?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I am Catwoman, after all. Right? Right? I feel like I've never seen this side of Selena before in any property. There's so much in between the lines, and there's so much in the character interaction that finding her myself has been really cool. Lately, we've been getting to record with Troy or Travis, which is such a blessing. I like the how offended she is that he thinks she's owned. You can live and breathe, and you guys can maybe ad-lib a little bit together. If Troy does a little funny line, you get my chuckle at the beginning of the line. Do you need another one? There's those reactions that you don't get outside of an ensemble recording. Hey! They cut around all the dialogue. You didn't get to see any of the secret stuff.
We don't want it to be ruined.
Yeah, that's
We don't
smart.
want to ruin the episode 2.
I like it.
Out soon. So what is that? I mean, you say in the video that you've never really seen a Selena like this.
It's true.
What does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, you get to see this this aspect of her that hasn't been revealed in previous iterations. I mean, in ours, you don't really get the backstory from like her origin story. You don't know,
Sure.
Is she the dominatrix, Selena? Is she the orphan,
Yeah.
Selena? To me, she is just bored. She is so over everything and has found this thing that she's good at that happens to be illegal but gives her a thrill, and
and how does she keep doing it?
For you, Zach, when you're writing this character, is that what you're putting into it, or how
Oh
much?
my gosh, I hope so. Am
how
I
much-
doing something completely
He's
different
like,
than
she
what you
totally
wrote
missed the
down?
mark. This is not where it was.
She was 100% correct. That was very correct. No, that is very true. And like we think about Bruce and about Selena is like they both have a secret, and it's how much did they reveal to each other. And what's nice for our games is you get to put that on the wheel. You get to put that on a choice itself. And that's not normal for most of these Batman games in general. It's like there is one continuous path, and it's a risk for our players to make those choices, to say like, I want to tell you more about myself, and Selena will give back as well.
Yeah.
And so like if you don't play it that way, you may get very little from Selena throughout the story, but if you decide to give more about Bruce and his backstory, she gives more of hers as well. And I liked her as a character because